part here. I had a few things to say to a couple of individuals. I want to start with Ken Baller, mainly because he's been rather persistent on my videos. He's left a number of comments. However, I also found out that he hasn't just been bugging me, he's been bugging a lot of other people too. A lot of people subscribe to Amon John K. He's had a lot to say about, Ken's had a lot to say about Amon's recent video about gay marriage. The funny thing about this argument, basically Ken Baller's argument centers around state-sponsored responsible procreation. And he believes that gays should not be able to get married because they cannot procreate. He just keeps saying it over and over and over and over and over and over again. And all you got to do is look around and see that, you know, first of all, the state doesn't sponsor responsible procreation. The state, yeah, I mean, you know, it legalizes marriage for tax purposes and things of this nature. But you know, repeating yourself over and over again, you're not fooling anyone. Okay. The argument of responsible procreation, which is used by you, and not so coincidentally protect marriage, the backers of Proposition 8, which is what started our argument in the first place, has said the same thing. But in reality, you know, there's a lot of heterosexual couples that either can't procreate or don't procreate responsibly. So if the state is trying to sponsor responsible procreation, why aren't they putting more regulations on heterosexual marriages? Why is it the regulations are only on homosexual marriages? Okay? Why? Because, Ken, you don't like gays. Same with Protect Marriage. You don't like gays. Okay? You don't want them to get married because you don't like them. Pure and simple. And guess what? Now the whole world knows. This video is not just aimed at you, Ken, because there's another individual out there that, I don't know if he's going to see this, I hope he is. His name is Boyd K. Packer. Second highest leader of the Mormon Church. This is actually kind of old news. This was a couple weeks ago. I got this email, October 4th. Was when I got this particular email. Apparently, he said in a sermon, which was broadcast on live TV, that same-sex attraction is impure and unnatural, and can be overcome. He also said that same-sex unions are morally wrong and, quote, against God's law and nature, unquote. Boyd, you are standing on a soapbox of hate, just like Ken, just like Protect Marriage, just like the National Organization of Marriage. The date, October 4th, I mentioned specifically for a very good reason. It is only a few days after Tyler Clementi committed suicide, and that suicide made the news. Think that's a coincidence? No. I don't think it's a coincidence at all. I think it is a message of hate, just like Ken, just like Protect Marriage, just like the National Organization of Marriage, and just like the backers of Don't Ask, Don't Tell for that matter. You people don't like homosexuals. You know, I wish you'd get off your soapbox and just fucking admit it. You know, you're spreading a message of hate, it's getting around, bullying is on the rise, and now we have not just Tyler Clementi, the end of September, who took his own life. Seth Walsh, 13 years old, took his life shortly thereafter, October of this year. Also in October of this year, Raymond Chase, who was 19 years old. Zach Harrington, 19 years old, took his own life this year in October. Billy Lucas was 15 years old. Victims of bullying, victims of hate, people who are spreading hateful messages, just like you, Ken, just like you, Boyd. Okay? Asher Brown, 13, took his life September of this year. April 2009, Jaheim Herrera took his life, 11 years old. 11-year-old Carl Walker Hoover committed suicide in April of 2009 as well. Eric Mohat, April of 2009. 17 years old, committed suicide. Phoebe Prince, January of 2010, 15 years old, ended her life. Victims of hate. Hate spread by a mask, an illusion that you're trying to protect families, that you're trying to protect responsible procreation. What the fuck do you think you're telling these people? Think about it. Okay? You know, that's why I'm saying it's a message of hate. Because you're using these thinly veiled masks of illusion to tell people that they're not right, that they're fucked in the head. Okay? It's bullshit. And I'm sick of hearing it. And I hope the rest of you are sick of hearing it too. And I'm sure there are. You know, I know there's a lot of people out there that think the way I do. And what I want to tell you people is, if you see somebody, if you hear somebody, I don't care where it is, on YouTube, Facebook, MySpace, walking down the street, if it's in a classroom, if you see someone spewing a message of hate, turn around and stop and say something. Stand up to that person. Whether it's aimed at you or not. Okay? These people need to be stood up to. My wife recently asked me, why am I fighting Ken Baller so much? Why have I been fighting him for so long? This has been going on for over a month. He and I have been back and forth. Why? It's because I know the message he's spreading isn't about protecting responsible procreation. I know it's a message of hate, and it needs to stop. Okay? When hate runs free, damage is done. Lives are lost. Okay? And it needs to stop. So, that's my message to all of you.